I would love for you to stand.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this is not a dance class. Everybody's like, oh, we're about to dance, don't worry. So, what I would like to do is just invite you into a small experience with me, okay? So, think about a moment where you felt stressed or overwhelmed, okay? You close your eyes, you're in your own space, and just think about how your body naturally moves. Maybe your shoulders rise. Maybe your breath gets tight. Maybe your hands clench or your chest sinks. Now, shift your attention to a moment of joy, real joy, and notice how your posture changes. Maybe your face softens, your breath expands, your chest opens. So you don't have to think about any of those movements. Your body spoke for you. Thank you. You can relax now. I thought it was going to dance class, so you're good. Thank you very much. So that brings me to my topic, right? The language of motion. How the body speaks what words cannot. Long before we even learn how to speak, we learn to move. As infants, our bodies reach for comfort, we curled in fear, and we swayed in joy long before we knew anything for it. So, growing up in Belize, as she mentioned, movement wasn't something we did. It was a part of who we were. Take dancing. We dance to celebrate, to grieve, to connect, and to remember ourselves. We have what we call in Belize, culturally, it's called a wake. A wake is something that can last for, a celebration can last for 2 to 3 nights, where we have the deceased in the middle of someone's home. We're mourning. But one of my earliest memories of this is when I was 7 years old. Family, friends filled the room. Children dancing, laughing, adults holding each other. And in the center of that space, my mother lay peacefully in her casket. Now you think, yes, that's pretty dark. But even in the deepest moments of loss, dancing brought us what words couldn't. Joy, a sense of ease, connection, and also remembrance of her. That is when I began to realize that movement isn't just physical. It's ancestral, it's cultural. So, moving forward, with my training in ballroom dancing, specifically smooth and Latin, I learned that every movement carries emotions, intention, and history. And I learned that dance is actually one of the oldest forms of communication. And movement, one of the earliest ones. And it still continues to be an honest one. Movement is that bridge, not only between individuals, but between community, between the body and spirit. The body isn't only about expression, it offers a deeper meaning to mental health and emotional wellness. So when we move, like the rhythmic, slow, deliberate patterns of rumba, it invites the body to settle. It encourages presence. It also grounds us when we feel like life is so overwhelming. So it's important for us to notice that movement isn't just, I'm talking, here I am. But it's more than that, and it's important for us to listen to our bodies. When we regulate, when we breathe, we connect way beyond words. So when I'm I'm teaching someone, especially beginners, which is what I love to do, because I get to really connect with them emotionally. They have no idea. They come in blind. They're like, oh, I have a left foot, I have a right foot, I don't know. I'm like, you can do it. Okay? And I always remind them that movement or dancing isn't about performance. It's about presence. It's not about perfection. It's about expression. It's not even about the choreography. It's about communication. So you don't need to be a choreographer. You don't need training. And you don't need to be a dancer. But you just have to listen to your body. And so these embodied movements, they allow for communities, for groups to settle, to open up, and we're able to relate more to each other compassionately. So I continued my training, and of course, it's what I do every day in my life as a life coach. I want to embrace movement. I want people to be able to listen to their bodies. Because when we move together, we heal together. Our bodies aren't made just for one. We're wired for connection. How many of you guys moved today? Show of hands. Yeah. Because movement is either by release or tension, expansion, contraction. It's either if we're reaching out for something or we're pulling back from something. Those are all movement. Or a tightened jaw, a lifted shoulder, a deep exhale, a step forward, a step back. Movement is always telling us a message. Sometimes they reveal what is unspoken, right? You can relate to that. I know I can. Sometimes they reveal what's unprocessed. And sometimes they reveal what's culturally difficult to articulate. At least that's what I found, with my students, my clients. That embrace, a hug, a simple movement. I choose Rumba because it expresses so much. It's a storyteller, and I love to tell stories. So I really encourage you all to take a moment to move. Because movement isn't just, we're just not in one space. It's safe. It opens a bridge for all of us. You feel safe, you feel, understanding, you feel supported. It helps us connect in a deeper way than words can. It is not only expressive, it is deeply aware of what we're doing with our bodies. We need to move. When I talk, one thing before I came up here, I was like, oh, well, I'm nervous. Who can tell? Right? But when you get into that element of what you love to talk about, you start moving. You start embracing that footwork. You start feeling confident. And we're a community, right? And I love the alignment with faith. Because I always embrace that in what I do in my daily life with my family. My kids can tell you, we have dancing parties almost every night before bed. I know. But they do, they love it. They know when the music comes on, it's time to dance. I put the music box on. Because I want them to know that if you're feeling sad, if you're going to the toughest times in your life, those are the moments where you need it the most. Not only when you're happy, yes, it can make you happy. But when I experienced that with my mother and different family members, it's definitely a feeling of hope. And I hope I saw that in you all today, to feel hope, to go out and move, because it's deeply human, it's free, it's our body. So, and if you want to learn to dance, hello, here I am.